people's reaction to the film? Because I always like worried that people will think it's a spoof, and I mean, it's not Austin Powers. It's so far removed from that. It's just set in that time.
That's right.
period.
Most people think it's a spoof, which is very
it's
disappointing.
Not. Yeah, but it's not. It's
a
so
satire.
Far.
It's a social satire, but that's not the same as spoof.
No. It's
I'm definitely not doing a spoof.
No.
Yeah, I know, because a spoof would be that I was making fun of the films of that time, but I'm really not. I'm just using the style of a film of that time to tell my own story, you know, which is a satire in the sexual revolution.
Yes.
But it's also just a regular story about somebody going through that experience.
That's set in the 70s, because it's not winking at the camera or anything,
not
like that, which is what I really liked about it.
Yeah. A lot of reviews will say that it is.
But
there was another review that came out in Britain. I'm not sure what they said it was shot in Irony Vision. They made it their own word with a capital I.
Yeah.
And I thought,
no,
I didn't intend that.
No.
Yeah, but some people do see it that way.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't think that's quite right though at all. I think it's much more.
It's very sincere.
Yes.
It's very like it's almost naive in a way, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, the character's naive, but the filmmaking style's almost naive too.
Really?
I mean, it's based on old Hollywood cinema. It's very classical.
Yes.
But it's naive in the sense that I think it's opposite of ironic. It's almost too direct or something.
Well, that's it. There is a directness to it. I mean, talking about direct, one of the things that
maybe that's what they think is ironic, because they don't think anybody can really be that innocent, or they think that must be a joke to do, but I really am that way.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, was that did you actually? I mean, that's one of the things I was going to ask. I mean, did you actually put that level of innocence into it?
No, I'm not. I'm a very innocent person.
Just the way it came
out.
What
it is like I'm an innocent person doing a sex movie, and that's a weird combination.
Okay. No, but that works. That creates the originality, I think, that comes in the film.
It's like somebody like me normally wouldn't do a sex movie.
Yes.
I had to kind of almost force myself to do it.
Yes.
Because. And I picked out some of the more innocent elements of it and brought out the kind of positive side, of the cheerful side of it.
Yes.
And I think that was sort of gives it a strange quality, because it's not made by like sleaze masters.
Oh yeah, I never thought of it.
Yeah, and I think that makes it. People think she can't be for real. She must be like some kind of spoof.
No.
But then I really don't want to admit it. Usually, I'm admitting it to you. But it's like no, I really am that. I don't know.
Oh, well, I think that comes across perfectly, and I say that really adds to the originality of the film. And talking about one of the direct parts of the film, the first time I saw it that really blew my mind in a really good way, I thought, was when Mark stops and looks at the camera and talks directly to the camera and says, "This is a man's world."
Yeah.
Because when we watched that, we weren't sure if that was like an advert he was filming or something.
Yeah.
I mean, and he realised what he's actually is talking directly to the audience.
Yeah, he's talking to the audience. Yeah, because I wanted the theme to be clear, because I thought, well, here's a scene that Barbie's not in.
Yes.
It's just two bachelors and having a good time.
Yes.
And I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Like, I really think this is good. I want them to think that the men think it's good.
Yes.
Not that I think it's good as a director, but that they think it's good.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure that I get the point. So the only way to do that was to have Mark look at the camera and speak his point of view.
Yeah.
To say, because it's not my point of view. It wasn't, because that's the first time, that people are really enjoying themselves, and there's absolutely no.
Yes.
And I wanted people to be conscious of that, rather than just have it go by. Because normally that's the normal part of the film, where the men are just having fun.
Yes, yeah.
But I made it that like the weird part of the film.
Yes.
When men are allowed to have fun and just, whatever, with naked girls or whatever.
Well,
I made that was the strange part.
Yes, well, you're right. That's it, because she walks in and she's naked, and then you start talking to the camera, and that bit was quite amazing.
So what it is it's making the male point of view like the other thing, like the strange thing.
Right.
Like the female point of view is the normal part, and the male point of view is like the odd part.
Yes.
So it's a kind of a reversal. Yeah.
Did the film actually run into any difficulties with? I mean, there's not that much nudity in it, but there is elements of sort of full frontal nudity and things. And did that ever cause you any problems getting it into festivals, or people understanding it, or getting it distributed?
I'll never know.
Oh, really?
Because when people don't return your letter or whatever,
okay.
you never know why it is.
I never thought about it.
I'll just never know. Except I did make 2 versions. For the U.S. in order to get a rating.
Oh.
So I cut out like 18 minutes.
Oh God. That's quite a chunk.
Yeah, and cut out all the lower nudity.
Oh really? And so did that get an R rating, or
it get an R rating?
Otherwise, you would have got the NC-17, which.
But I tried to make cut a trailer for Amazon, and They didn't accept my regular trailer, which is so clean.
Well, I love the trailer.
The trailer's very innocent, actually, but they didn't accept that trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's surprising.
So I had to recut the trailer a couple of times.
And what did they say? What they actually had a problem with, or was it just didn't like it, the tone? Or?
Well, they said they didn't want scenes with sexual activity.
Oh gosh, really?
And I didn't there wasn't really any sexual activity. It was just people kissing, but sometimes somebody might lie on top of the other one. But everybody was clothed, but that was already too much.
Oh gosh.
And they wanted the line, pure animal sex taken out.
Yes.
Yeah. But I thought that was kind of a comedy line.
Yes, yeah.
So.
Oh, that's odd.
So that's what I mean. It's very strict when it comes to trailers and.
Gosh.
Yeah.
We don't have our restrictions aren't anywhere like that.
Yeah,
I'm
no, it's very extreme.
because I think that trailer does such a good job of selling the film. You know, I think I've loved the trailer. You know, the way it kicks in, like say the raw animal sex, drums kick in. Oh, it's brilliant. And how have the actual audiences played when you have gone into festivals and you've gone around the world?
Mostly, they really love it, and they just think it's like like the strangest thing they've ever seen. You know, and they really and they're laughing and they're astonished, and they're kind of what my boyfriend says is they're like bludgeon mice.
They're like
bludgeoned mice.
Oh,
it's
really?
sort of like an Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Oh, right.
When he's hit over the hammer with a mallet and these stars over his head. They're sort of like that at the end. Like they're so stunned, they just don't know what to do.
From all the imagery. And
they're just completely exhausted.
Yeah.
You know, but some people like that feeling, and other people rebel against it. And they sort of get mad at me. Usually, about a quarter of the audience either walks out or is grumpy at the end.
That's a shame.
But about 2/3 to 3/4 usually sticks with it.
Really get into it. And has it played outside of America? Where else have you been with it? Does it translate?
Actually, all over the world.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
all over the world. All over the Western world, and then also Russia.
Oh, Russia.
Yeah, we went to Australia with it.
Yeah.
And but also, Romania and Russia was interesting, and then all over Europe.
In what way was it interesting? Did they get it, or was it a different interpretation of it, or did they see it in different ways?
They never had a sexual revolution.
Oh, no,
so they didn't know what they were. I don't think they had a lot of the references, so they didn't know what I was drawing from. They must have just thought I was out of my mind. Some of the audience loved it. They're having their sexual revolution right now.
Yes,
so the kids that are into that were into the movie, but some of the older people just thought it was like the devil.
Yes.
And there was a lot of scathing press and that kind of thing.
Well, they must have been brought up to fear that sort of thing almost, because you didn't have that in Russia. They didn't go through They didn't go through the 60s and 70s in the same way we would have done. Well, in America and in England, it must have been very much sort of stamped down on.
What was really funny too is it was only one of 2 American films that were showing that year in competition.
Oh, right.
Film festival. So some people thought it was representative of what was coming out of America. It was like America's UN contribution to the festival or something. I thought that was hysterical.
That's brilliant.
And then somebody at the press conference was really angry and was calling it propaganda.
Oh, no.
And it was sort of really funny, like as if this is...
But that's an interesting situation to be in, though.
Because my film, it's so underground in America, it's not at all,
Yeah, not mainstream, really.
Not at all, yeah.
What was the other, can you remember what the other film was?
It was Broken English.
Oh, right, okay. So.
Very opposite.
Yeah.
But both made by women, which is interesting.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. That's quite interesting. And can we talk about your influence?